Look, I don't know where they are, okay? I have my suspicions like everyone else, but that's it, just my suspicions.
Zoe, why don't you tell PC Williams what you know? Even if it is your suspicions, what you know might help find Jules and Grace.
Susanna's right, Zoe. You might not think it's important, but it might be. Just tell me what you know.
It's a long story. For it to make sense, you need to hear it from the beginning.
Plenty of time.
It all started with some guy, okay? Just some guy Grace found on Instagram.
So this is the one that's been messaging me.
You're not seriously talking to them.
Just look at the messages and if you don't believe me. Oh my god, he's like how old? He's 17, sheesh. It's not like he's in his 20s, is it?
Let me see. How did you start messaging with him?
Well, he DM'd me on Instagram and then we just chatted. I was thinking of meeting up with him. He's got a car.
You can't be serious, Grace. Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be?
Ali, come off it. It's not like he's some sort of pedo or something. He's 17.
And you're only 14?
Ali's right, Grace. You have to be careful. You can't trust anyone you meet alive.
Yeah, you could be getting catfish.
Or worse. Well, you guys, seriously, he lives around the corner from me. I could have bumped into him outside the shop, but no, because I met him on Instagram, he's like some sort of serial killer.
No one's saying he's a serial killer, Grace. Just saying to be careful. I'll come with you if you want. You know Grace should go meet this guy. He really could be a serial killer.
Exactly.
You should really listen to us, Grace.
Wow, I was hoping for a bit more support from you guys.
Look, Grace, we love you and care about you, and we're seriously telling you this is a bad idea. Why don't you go meet him somewhere where it's open and there's lots of people around?
Yeah, so we can hang out with our kid sisters.
No, so you can make sure you're not a serial killer in a safe place. Come on, Gracie, we shouldn't be having to give you a stranger danger lecture.
Look, I get what you're saying, but Jules is willing to come meet him with me. I'll go meet him in town or something, so it's more open.
I personally think you're nuts.
Completely crackers.
Is that him?
Yeah.
What's he saying?
He's saying that I'm still hoping to meet her.
You're out your mind. What are these babies doing?
I don't know, but we better go check.
What is it? It looks like a medical thingy.
It's for injection.
Don't touch it!
Why?
It could hurt you!
Well, as long as you don't touch the lid of it.
Ronan, serious, don't touch it!
What are you doing?
Nothing. Liar.
Look, we found an injection when you get in the hospital.
Oh my gosh, please tell me none of you touched it.
No.
Why?
Because it's a drug needle hole. You should never touch it. You don't know what's been on it.
See, I told you. Why are you touching it?
But I can't exactly leave there for one of you to fall on it, can I? I'll just put it on the bench, then we'll ask man to fill the pencil to come prepare.
It's time to go home now anyway.
I'm hungry.
Okay, we can grab a chippy, or do you want me to make pizza?
Pizza!
Pizza it is then. Say goodbye to your friends.
Yeah, Nana wouldn't want us to be late back for dinner. Say goodbye to your friends, Freya.
Okay, so Grace met this man on Instagram. Did she go meet him?
Yeah.
When?
It was the following weekend. Grace told us all about it in school on a Monday. Jules was with her.
Okay, what do you know about this meeting?
Well, it's probably best I tell you what Jules told us. She wasn't in school that Monday. She'd been to the doctors or something. So we couldn't get the truth out of her until later that evening. Right here.
And dairy milk, please. That'll be $1.20. Thank you. Can of Fanta and a dairy milk. Thank you. Next, please.
Have you done your maths homework for tomorrow? Remember everything we've done? You're so going to get attention again.
And all that with Mr. Ross.
Ew.
Yes, disgusting.
You really need to stop crushing on Mr. Ross. He's horrible.
He's not.
So So come on, Jules, tell what Grace did tell us.
You see, my son, proper chapters make this the same. The joke calls and no surprise on the typical officer.
You didn't get in the cab with him, right?
Obviously, I also turned around and go alone.
You and I both know there's no talking out of it.
I think you both completely ignorant. Anything can happen to you.
Stop being such a man. We're in town with for hours. We just went spinning. Grace is completely smitten, isn't she? Yeah, wouldn't you be if not the crash of the trust?
Personally, I think it's weird how long language is dead.
It's like they're like slightly younger girls and they become cool. It isn't cool though. Okay, well, alright, even if they were a bit chubby, they were proper nice. So you're going to see him again? You think I can tell her over there out of it?
She's barely been off her phone all day. I thought Miss Thomas was going to give detention. But Miss Thomas never gives anyone detention. She would have deserved it too. Miss Thomas after 5 times put her phone away and she didn't listen.
But Miss Thomas wasn't giving detention, that's the thing about
It was.
I just wish she remembered that it's Friday's third. It's like she's here, but she isn't.
We'll all be the same when we get older. I told my mum this week, and she's heard of the president's old news.
I hope that sooner rather than later. Grace, Grace, over to Grace.
Kick her.
Hey, that was nice. They just called my name.
Ali did multiple times.
So, are you making your next meeting with, what's his name again?
His name is Jonas, and yes, I'm going out with him and Matty tomorrow.
What schools were?
After school, yeah? We might see that. Probably. Can I go? No, yeah, sure. I'll just check.
So it'll just be the rest of tomorrow then. Fancy a movie at my house.
I can't. Mum's working, so I'd probably see him, please.
Bring Freya with you.
I can't. Mum needs to when I take out the house from school, right?
Why don't we all come to you then?
Mum needs it when her friends are when she's not there.
What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Jules and Grace have been missing for 5 days now, though. Any information you could have would be vital in helping us find them.
I don't know what more I can tell you that Zoe and Ali haven't already said yet. Have you spoken to Ellen or Mia yet?
Their parents aren't letting them come to the club at the moment, so we're likely to go see them at home. Anything you might remember, they might have already forgotten it, you know.
Look, things started to get really weird after they started hanging out with Matty and Jonas. They slowly became people I didn't even know. Jules and I have been best friends since we were in nursery together, and suddenly I barely even recognised her. They even got new friends that were in with the boys, and we were yesterday's friends.
New friends?
Yeah, some girls. I mean, there were 3 of them, and sometimes it felt like they were replacing them with older, cooler girls.
Do you know their names?
I think there was a Kelsey and a Caitlin. No. And I can't remember the other one. They were really weird too.
Weird? How?
I don't know, they just didn't look right. And whenever they turned up, Grace and Jules acted like complete strangers. And I remember the first time I met them, I got a really bad feeling about them. I love weekends, no school.
I went with homework, do you?
Why bother with homework?
What happened to getting it all done by Friday night?
I was with Jonas last night.
Were you with them too, Jules?
Well, kinda. Grace was with Jonas, I was with Matty.
I don't want to hear it. Anyway, Grace, where were you on Wednesday?
It doesn't matter.
Miss Thomas was asking over you.
Miss Thomas is so nosy.
She just cares, Grace. We all do. She just wanted to know where you were Wednesday.
It doesn't matter.
Grace? It doesn't matter. Anyway, you come with us to see the new Fantastic Beasts next weekend.
I'm not sure.
Who are they?
I need to go.
Okay.
George, you come in? Yeah.
that wasn't weird or anything.
Who were those girls? And why had seen them freak Grace out?
What makes you say she freaked out?
Did you see the colour she went? I thought she was pale already, but she somehow went paler.
It's probably nothing.
I don't know, that was really weird.
And they really did look dodgy.
Yeah, that was really weird.
I wouldn't worry though. Jules has gone with her.
That doesn't mean anything.
They've both been acting so different lately.
Well, I guess that does need something to do with Matty and Jonas.
Yeah, that makes sense. We'll have to ask them about it on Monday.
I guess they got new friends now, or we're not part of that group.
I don't really want to be a part of that group.
I'm really starting to miss them.
So, Holly, I know your mum's explained why you're here. I need your help to find Grace and Jules, and the way I'm going to do that is by asking you a few questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your mum's over there. If at any point you feel you want to stop, just tell her and we'll stop, okay? Okay. Rose, Zoe and Ali told me that Grace made some new friends. Did you ever meet them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you give me their names?
Elsley, Kaya and Jade.
Okay. So what can you tell me about the day you met them?
Well, Grace took me to this house after I asked her to take me with her. She didn't play with me much anymore. Mum says it's because she's a teenager now. She was always on her phone texting and talking with Matty. So I begged her to take me with her, and she did. There was an old lady in the house, but she didn't talk. She looked really old and sick. Grace said she needed to pick up some parcels or something. Then we met to meet Kelsey, Kaya and Jade.
Okay, so what can you tell me about the day you met them?
There was stuff everywhere. It smelled really bad and there was loads of bad stuff in them. It was a real mess. Grace told me not to touch anything and I swear I didn't.
Okay. What happened when you went to meet the other girls?
I got my first job.
About time.
Sorry I'm late.
Who's this?
This is my little sister Holly. Say hi, Holly.
That's good. You can go with Danny and Maggie over there.
No, it's fine. She'll stay with me.
Don't be daft. She'll be fine with Maggie and Danny.
People, we've got grown-up things to talk about.
Where did I go in?
The television car.
That's what they do. They deliver the packages. No one suspects a kid.
I guess not. It's okay, Hol. You'll be fine with Maggie and Danny. Look, here, I'll even pay you to go with them.
Don't worry, she'll get paid.
Hear that, Danny? 3-way split.
Yeah, I know. I'm Danny. This is Maggie. Ready to go?
I don't wanna. Don't be a baby. Don't embarrass me. You'll be fine. Just there and back.
Fine.
So where are we going? Just to deliver the packages. What's in the package?
It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
You've just repeated exactly what you said.
hold up watch. We watched them both become shells themselves.
Grace was the worst though, at least for a while.
We barely saw her though. She barely came to school, and when she did, she looked left us hell.
Yeah, at least Jules was coming to school. Even if she would skip out early, Grace would go days without not showing up. Then when she did... Remember when she came in looking like she'd turned around to Mike Tyson? That was last time she came to school.
Yeah, she called Mrs. Thomas's attention that day. He was just worried, and you could see it all over her face all the lesson.
That was the day that Mel and Trish had been really horrible to her.
Well, what door did you walk into? Yeah, poor girl must be in bad shape after making contact with your hard head.
Shut up, the pair of you.
Oh, did the door steal your voice too, Gracie? That you need a little flower to stick up for you over there?
Hurry up in the back there, please.
Maybe it wasn't a door. Maybe Daddy beat her up. Except she doesn't have a daddy he left her to.
Right, whatever it is, it's none of your business. Now leave her alone or we're going to have a problem, okay?
Grace, can you stay please? I want a quick word. Was I right in hearing that Mel, Trish and Adra were giving you a hard time during that lesson?
It was nothing.
And that bruise on your face, that's nothing too?
Yeah,
Grace, you know I'm here for you and you can talk to me about anything you want.
I know.
You've been missing a lot of school lately. I'm beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry, miss. There really is nothing to worry about. I'm fine.
How are things at home?
Oh my god, everything is fine, you don't need to cry.
I'm not trying to cry, Grace, I'm just worried.
There is absolutely nothing to worry about.
Can you tell me what happened after that? Did you see Grace again?
That was the last time I saw her. I wish every day since she went missing I went after her.
Well, you can't think like that. It probably wouldn't have made any difference anyway.
After she left, I had called social services, but as you can imagine, they didn't think she was that high a risk. From what I've gathered, they never followed up with her mum.
Did they give you anything more? And what about Jules?
Jules deteriorated fast after that. Grace stopped coming in altogether. And whenever I asked where she was, Jules would flinch. It was obvious she knew something, but she wasn't sharing with me. I called social services again, but again they weren't interested. The thing with Jules was, she wasn't as bad as Grace. I mean, to those of us who knew her, we saw the changes, but it wasn't as dramatic as Grace, and she never showed up with a bruise. I never tried to speak with her like I did Grace. I wish I had. Maybe I could have saved her, or at least have more to give you.
Okay, I think we've got enough for now. Thanks for coming in.
So, you know, Jules was in here the day before she disappeared.
What's she want?
I don't know. She came in as if she was looking for someone. So I went up to her and asked her if she wanted a drink. She didn't want it. And then and I asked her what she did want. She looked at me as if she had something to say, but she couldn't say it. So she turned on her heels and walked straight out. And then her mum came in the next day asking if we'd seen her at all. Obviously I wanted to go after her, but I had all these other kids that I in here that I had to look after. I just wish she'd stayed and taken that drink.
You know, things like this happen. We always go, what if? You know, what if she'd taken that drink? What if she'd stayed and told you what she was thinking? You just can't go through your life thinking like that. You know, it'd destroy you.
But where have they gone? Where did the two teenagers go?
We think the girls have got involved with some drug dealers.
Well, I'd figured that much out by myself. But it still doesn't explain where they've gone.
Yeah, we've been trying to trace this Matty and Jonas.
I know you're here asking the questions, but how much resources are you going to put into finding them? They could be anywhere in the country by now, and I know for a fact they've got involved with these county line gangs.
Yeah, they're definitely involved with the county line gang. But the truth is, they could be anywhere in the country. absolutely anywhere. And as you say, we haven't got the resources to be chasing around looking for them. Unless they come home themselves, we might never find them. Well, unless they get caught up to no good, that is.
Yeah, and then they'll be caught in the criminal justice system. How is that fair? We know these girls are being trafficked. Or even worse, they could be beaten. Or even worse than that, we could never see them again. Jules?
So I guess you want to know where I've been. The truth is, I really don't know.
Were you with Grace?
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
Well, it all started when we went to meet Matty and Jonas. It seemed alright at first. It was like being in a proper relationship. After a couple of weeks, we went back to their place. That's when things started to get weird. They were living with this old lady. She didn't know who they were. They said she had dementia. They'd lock her in the living room. Why would they do that?
It's called cuckooing. Drug dealers move into an elderly or vulnerable person's home and take it over. So pretend it's their house.
Right, well, they did that to her. That's when we found that they were into drugs. There was stuff everywhere. Then they started asking us to do some delivering for them. They got Grace to try weed. I didn't, because I didn't want to, but Grace wanted to please Marty, so she did. It wasn't just weed though. Next thing I know, she was taking pills with them. She was selling too. Marty would give her some pills, 2 for her and the rest to be sold. She wouldn't come back until they're all sold. She was tough. She would do anything that they wanted, as long as she got her pills. She took a pill she was supposed to sell once. He smacked her so hard. She even got her little sister Holly involved. And she loved Holly. She practically raised her. But she was so desperate. And Marty told her if she got Holly involved, she'd be less likely to get caught. For every package Holly delivered, Grace would get more pills. Grace did everything Marty told her to. And I mean everything. It was so weird. And then Marty started getting paranoid. He thought people were after him and he said it was time to move on. He told Grace she either came with him or she didn't, that he wouldn't be able to supply her anymore if she didn't come with him. She was going, I knew it, but then she asked me to go too. I wasn't taking drugs, they didn't have anything on me. But I couldn't let Grace go on her own. So I went. We got a train to Lime Street, Liverpool. Then we got picked up and went to some house. It was a dump of a place. That's when things got really bad. We'd only been there a day, and Grace went out with some of the other girls. Kelsey, I think. Grace lost her bag, and in that bag was the drugs that she was meant to be delivering. Marty battered her. He just kept punching her, and punching her and punching her. And then he grabbed her by the hair and dragged her to a different room. I could only sit there and listen to her screaming. I kept waiting for her to come out the room, but she didn't. Didn't see her for 2 days, and I was worried she might have been dead. I waited till Marty left, then I went to her. She was a mess, black and blue. Her face was swollen so much. I told her I was leaving. I asked her to come. She said no, she couldn't. I begged her, I begged and begged, but I knew I was running out of time. If Marty got back, he'd kill me for letting me leave. So I just left.
Where's Grace, Jules?
Grace? Who's Grace? Grace is gone and she's not coming back.